Okay, friends, in the previous class we have discussed about the definition of internet, as you can see right in front of your screen. Then we have also uh, made the definition in terms of the internet usages. Later we have defined what the things are. Then togetherly we have defined the definition, or we have defined what exactly is internet of things from different perspectives. Could it be Wikipedia or from the different point of views. So this is what we have seen in the previous class. Then how exactly the concept development has taken place right from RFIDs, right? So then some examples also we have seen in terms of a smart umbrella, and even I had given you some example of a street light monitoring system with a specific cases. And later we have seen what exactly is the meaning of hyperconnectivity when multiple systems and devices are connected to network, right? So this here where the example of the street lights come into picture. Later after that we have also seen what exactly is the basic vision of this IoT, right? So vision where embedded devices interact with remote objects or persons through connectivity uh, using internet or near field communication or the other technologies. Basically to these devices we make them lively. The devices are being made lively. That is the basic concept of IoT. So these are the different things that we have studied in our previous classes. Now let us go into slightly, you know, the different things which is called as the architecture, or which is also referred to as the conceptual framework. So internet of things, the conceptual framework. What exactly is the meaning of this conceptual framework? It is basically going to describe how exactly you should be able to describe, right, this IoT. So there are different ways of describing this IoT, and the different the agencies. Okay, what I mean by the agencies means for example, it could be Cisco, right? It could be IBM, or it could be Ville. So there are different stalwarts who have started these Internet of Thing applications, and accordingly they have got a lot of patents and other things. So those agencies or the authorities, what you can call, right? They have defined this IoT conceptual framework in their own way. Now first let us start this with a simple definition, right? What we can see exactly in front of your screen now. Okay, uh, here basically a physical object, as you can see, controller or sensor, and even actuators plus internet. This leads to internet of things. So this is very similar to a mathematical equation: a plus b plus c equal to x, or something like that. So this is the basic or the crudest way in which you can define the conceptual framework of the internet of things. Okay, now from this what you can say is, generally your internet of things consists of an internetwork of devices and physical objects, where a number of objects can gather the data, right? Number of objects can gather the data, like you can recall the example of the street light system at a remote locations, and communicate for the purpose of managing, acquiring, organizing, and analyzing the data in the processes and services, right? So the same example which I have just mentioned, so that can be referred to whatever I have told. Physical object or objects, you have the controllers, you have the sensors, you may have the actuators in some cases, right? Then all these informations will go to internet for the further processing or analysis. So this finally defines what exactly in a nutshell is internet of things. Now for this, the main reference is Wiley. It started long back, about 2014, right? So this is how the original definition of your Internet of Things evolved. But the limitation here is it doesn't exclusively describe what exactly the different parameters that are involved in the Internet of Things application. You just say physical objects, controllers, sensors, actuators, internet. Okay, it is acceptable as long as a general definition for Internet of Things is concerned. But we have to see some more definitions from the point of view of more elaborated or complex tasks that may be involved in the entire IoT arena. Okay, so now accordingly let us look into some other definitions. Right now, if you look here, this is basically from Oracle. See, the Oracle is also one of the pioneers in this field, Internet of Things. Now you please look here. Gather, enrich, stream, manage, acquire, organize and analyze. Right, so these things, previously we had only 3, now we have got some 6 parameters: gather, enrich, stream, manage, acquire and organize and analyze. So these together results in Internet of Things enterprise, business applications and integration also. Right, so now here this is a little broader way of defining the Internet of Things. Right, now in this let us try to say how exactly we will be able to give a pictorial representation for this. Straight away I will go to that slide where we will be able to define this. Yeah, this is what is the pictorial representation of whatever I have just mentioned about. You can see right on the top here, okay, whatever the parameters that I have mentioned, they are present: gather, enrich, stream, manage, acquire, organize. Right, so these are the different parameters: organize and analyze. In fact, that analyze is missing here. Okay, so now if you look at these things, you should be able to understand what exactly each attribute refers to. Right, what do you mean by gathering, what do you mean by enriching, what do you mean by streaming, what do you mean by managing, what do you mean by acquiring, and what do you mean by organizing and analyzing. Okay, now there are different levels here. As you can see, there are different levels. Again, I will go back here. Here also you can see the different levels. I will come back to this Cisco framework later. Okay, now I will go back to the Oracle IoT architecture or conceptual framework. Right, so now at level 1, that is at gather level, okay, the data of the devices or the things, whatever you call, right, using sensors or the things gather pre-data for the internet. Okay, so now you can see here, this is the one which refers to the gathering of the information. You can see there it could be a smart sensor. Right, what do you mean by a smart sensor? A smart sensor is slightly different from your conventional sensor, which has got computing as well as communication ability. Right, the smart sensor will be able to make the computing as well as communicating ability. Right, communicating ability, when both are present, so you call it as a smart sensor. Okay, you have the smart sensor, right, so you have some conventional sensors also. Right, so now these are basically deployed to gather the information. Now the sensor is connected to a gateway. Okay, you read the data or you catch the information. Right, so you sense the information, and what do you do with that particular information? Right, so that information now should go to a higher level for the intermediate computations or something like that. Whenever you pass on some information from one layer to another layer, you must have a gateway. You must be knowing about this word gateway. You have got the payment gateways, those who are recently in the process of doing your admissions, right? So now you feed some information, you want to pay the amount, it has to go through the payment gateway, that is called as the gateway. Okay, a sensor connected to gateway functions as a smart sensor. Okay, smart sensor in the sense with the capability of both the computing as well as the communication. The data then gets enriched at level 2, right? So here at this level 2, the data gets enriched. What do you mean by enriching the data? So whatever you have here, in this case it may be a raw data, right, which may not be in the exact format of what is required for it to be further processed here, right? So you go with the enriching of the data. Enriching of the data basically is called as the transcoding. It is called as transcoding. Okay, transcoding is basically coding or decoding. It could be encoding or decoding. Encoding and decoding phenomena you have already seen in your previous semesters. Third semester I have very elaborately explained what exactly is the meaning of encoding and decoding, right? So togetherly it is referred to as transcoding. Encoding and decoding, based on the situation, it may be necessary in order to enrich the information whatever you measure here at the smart sensor level. Okay, there may be different technologies behind that in order to encode and decode. After that, a communication management subsystem, you can see here, this is called as the communication management subsystem. So what is the function of this communication management subsystem? It sends or receives the data and it will stream it to the level 3, right? So we have got the first level gather, we have got the second level enrich, and we have got the third level which is for the streaming purpose, right? So here whatever the interface you have in order to stream the data, that is called as the communication management subsystem. These words you should be able to properly understand. Communication management subsystem, CMS. Okay, then you have got the device management. You can see here the fourth layer, the device management. So in the device management you can have the device management, or you can also have it as identity management. Please listen to these words carefully. Identity management, or it could also be called as you have got one more name, that is the access management. Okay, so access, device, identity, these are all the common words that you generally come across in our internet terminologies. You give the access to something, you identify this device, you manage this device. All these are the terms which you generally come across. Okay, it could be device management, or it could be identity management, or it could be access management subsystem. So now this system receive the device data at level number 4. So you started from here, you have enriched it here, then you have streamed here, then it has come to this particular system from the level 3, the third level to fourth level. Okay, then a data store or the database acquires the data at level 5. So this is called as the acquire, right? So now you have come to the database here, where okay, you have come to the database. So now from the Cisco point of view, I will tell you in what way these things are differently called when I discuss about the Cisco framework. So now I have come to this level, that is called as the acquire level. Basically a database, it is a database. You can see here data central management, big data store. You have the terms called the big data analytics, right? So big data analytics is what? So you have so many data with you, what do you do with those data, right? From so many corners you collect the data, you have to make the analysis, right? For example, now suppose you want to know the trends of the students mood. Okay, so after PUC 2, which field they want to select, right? So they seek the data from so many sources. Finally they collect the data. Your Google form is one of such very good examples, right? So they try to get what is there in your mind. Accordingly they make the analysis. So your exit polls and all in your elections, is it not? So exit polls normally they are generally, okay, they are very much close to the real results, because they read the mind of the people. But reading only is not very important. After reading the heterogeneous minds of the people, you will have to come to some consensus. So that is where you have to have a big data analytics. So there you have got so many, you know, algorithms, very complicated algorithms, which will look into you know, making the analysis of the huge amount of data that is stored. So you have got the database in terms of database management system, real-time database management system, enterprise integration. So many things will come into picture here, right? A data store or the database acquires the data at level 5. Then lastly, data routed from the devices and things organizes and analyzes at level number 6. So now this is where the real brain coming into picture, analysis of the data, right? Now you can quickly go back to one example which I had given in the very first class. Okay, so where I have got a cluster of fans in a room. That was a very simple example, right? So very simple example. I just want to know how many fans are useless there by means of their age or something like that. How could I replace those fans with a new one, so that I don't have any temperature rise excessively, or I have very optimum power consumption from these fans. Just think of hundreds or thousand fans in a particular workplace or something like that, right? So now if you want to relate that particular application to this architecture, probably you should be able to correlate. May not be all the points which I have mentioned there directly come here. It is basically for a complicated system. It is not for just reading the data from a few fans, but you just imagine it may be exit poll of a thing, okay? It may be reading the minds of the students, it may be reading the mind of the nation, right, about some for example, when GST was implemented, right, how the people have received it. So how do you come to know, right? There have been tremendous opportunities for the people to work on these things. Okay, suppose if you have you must have observed in your Facebook or something like that, if you have ordered something in your Amazon, for example, I will give you one real time example. You have ordered one you know, say headphone or Bluetooth headset in your Amazon. Okay, so the moment you start scrolling in your Facebook, you start getting the advertisements of you know, these headphones which you have ordered or near to what you have ordered. I don't know how many of you have you know, observed these things, right? How do they come to know that you had ordered you know, a headphone or something like that? Anything you take, okay? So those type of ads start coming on your screen. They want to grab your attraction. So this is basically the result of big data analytics, right? So acquire, organize. This is also a part of your IoT. So this is one you know, system which is called as Oracle based IoT architecture. Okay, so now basically it is for you know, a normal system. It is not for a very complex system, right? So you have different architectures, you know, devised for complex systems as well, right? So now with this I will go back. You can see here from where I had started. Okay, so I had started from here: gather, enrich, stream, manage, acquire, organize and analyze. This is the most important part of this IoT. Finally you have all these things. It is not only limited to Internet of Things, how we had defined it here in the previous case. Here we had defined it only to IoT, but here it goes beyond that IoT. You can see here, right? So it is Internet of Thing enterprise and business applications. Even it is with the integration also. Okay. Now, apart from that, you have got one more conceptual framework. So now I think I have finished this. Okay. Now we will see it from the point of view of IBM. Okay. Gather, consolidate, connect, collect, assemble, manage, and analysis. So you don't find much difference between this and the previous one. Gather, gather, consolidate, connect, collect, assemble, manage, and analysis. So this is almost very similar to what we have seen previously, that is with respect to Oracle. So therefore this also doesn't require much explanation, because it works on the similar ground. This particular framework, this particular architecture works on the similar grounds of what we have just explained previously, but maybe some of the words may be different, and the synchronization, the sequence may be slightly different. Okay. Now accordingly we will see the diagram there, whatever we have just seen here. So we have got one analysis here, framework here. So the same framework, now it is expressed in the form of a diagram, which is easier for you to understand, right? So again, in here also, in the similar way, you have got the sensors, okay, for gathering the information. You have the data consolidation, which probably previously we had called it as enriching, right? Consolidation we had called it as enriching. Again, your gateways and other things remain here, right? So afterwards, connect here. The third one is connect, collect, assemble, and manage, which we had as stream, manage, and acquire in the previous case. Stream, manage, and acquire in the case of the Oracle framework. Very similar things hold good here also, similar to what we discussed in the previous. Similar things hold good. Maybe their blocks are slightly different with different names, but the very task will again remain same. So finally you go to the manage and analysis. Finally it goes to the cloud infrastructure. The cloud infrastructure is given importance here, because this is what is responsible for our big data analytics or the analysis of the data. So that's what leads to the Internet of Things with connectivity to the cloud servers, right? So this is another framework. This is called as IBM IoT conceptual framework. So please try to understand these things, because when you come to a real-time application, slightly depending upon the different frameworks, your tasks to be performed, they also might slightly vary. Okay. Now with this background, one general concept we have taken Relay, then we have taken the Oracle framework or Oracle architecture with the help of the diagram. Then we have seen what is the IBM IoT architecture or the conceptual framework, right? So now let us go to the most important and very wonderful one, which is by the Cisco, right? So this Cisco is one agency which is pioneer in almost all or most of the protocols as long as the computer communication is concerned of late, right? Of course there are IEEE protocols. They are different because IEEE is one of the standard organization which gives a lot of protocols. Then you have IEC protocols, International Electrotechnical Commission, that also gives a lot of communication protocol. So you have a lot of things available in your internet to look into these protocols. Basically, first you should know what exactly is the meaning of protocol, right? So these are certain guidelines to be followed in order to make sure that there is a uniformity in the communication, right? So because there are so many manufacturers coming with so many kinds of devices, communication devices, so if they are following certain standards, then for both senders and receivers you will be having the uniformity, even the synchronization for the communication purpose. So that's what they are all called, the protocols. Now if you look at the Cisco framework, okay, so this is again a very important one. Here you have defined this framework in the form of levels. You can see here in the form of levels, and these levels are also called as tiers. Please remember this, right? These levels are also called as tiers. Okay. Now here this is also called as the reference model, right? It is called as the reference model. Now we have got one more very important thing, that is called OSI model. I have made a mention about this, open system interconnection. There also you got 7 layer, right? What exactly is the open system interconnection is, suppose now I am sending one mail to you from here, okay, so I use my mobile phone or my laptop for typing purpose. Right from there, how exactly it reaches you at the end, right? So they are all executed layer by layer, that there are different layers, right? So it cannot directly go to you, right? It has to go from one physical layer till it goes to the final layer, and from there again it has to come back to reach your physical layer. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, then from 7 6 5 4 3 2 1, like that it has to go. It is very similar to now let us say that I am just sitting beside you and I am making a phone call to you. It will never go to you directly, is it not? It has to go to that particular node, your telephone exchange or whatever it is, then again from there it has to come to you. There are a certain set reference model, that is called as the open system interconnection. So open system interconnection or the OSI model serves as the basic reference for all these type of internet communication. But for the IoT there are certain modifications done depending upon the requirements, right? And we will discuss about that as and when it comes. So now coming to the Cisco framework, here there are 7 layers as you can see here. The first one is the physical device and the controller. So now physical device means, how do you get these things to your mind? Sensors. It could be machine. I have given you an example of the fans, from where the data is read, is it not? So from fans, or from your umbrella where you have got a smart sensor, recall it. From street light where you have got the light sensors or something like that, right? So those are all coming under your physical devices and controllers, right? So then from the physical devices or the controllers, it goes to the next level, that is called connectivity, right? So in this connectivity you have the communication and processing units. What are these communication units, what are these processing units? As and when we come across this, we will study. Now from there it goes to one layer which is called as edge computing. Very, very important, right? So edge computing is the basic elementary data analysis and transformation, what we have earlier called as consolidate, or we have also called it as enriching the data, if you remember properly, right? So enriching the data or consolidating the data comes under the edge computing as per the Cisco framework, right? Then after that, once the data is enriched, right, in the edge computing arena, then it will go to the data accumulation, where you have got the storage of the data. Then from there it goes to the next level, which is called as the data abstraction, right? So it is aggregation and access of the data abstraction or data aggregation and access. Then from there it goes to the next level, that is called application, where you call it as reporting, analysis and control. Now you can take the same thing from the previous two conceptual frameworks which I have explained. Both are one and the same, but the way in which they are expressed, they are defined, that will be different, right? Finally you will go to the level 7, which is in this case is referred to as the collaboration and process. involving people, business process or something like that. So in our earlier thing, what we had taken it as organize and analyze, right? Correct or not? Or manage or analyze in the last level. So this is what is the Cisco framework. This is one of the important frameworks which you should be able to abide by in order to design any kind of the system. So you start from the physical layer, then connectivity, then the edge computing where the data element analysis and transformation takes place. From there you go to the storage, then you go to the aggregation of the data and access, then you go to the report analysis and control. Finally you will go to the collaboration and processes. Though the names are different here and the other two, the very process remains same with maybe certain changes as per their perception. Okay, so these things are referred to as the 7-level model, right? So level 1 to level 7. Okay, so this is about the Cisco framework. This I have already explained, the Oracle IoT architecture. So now what are the different, okay, so same thing you can see here, the Internet of Things reference model for Cisco. So now it is pictorially represented. Earlier it was not represented pictorially. So you have got the physical devices, layer 1, you have got the connectivity, you have got if you are not able to see it properly, I will make it little big. Okay, so you have got edge computing, a very important one, the data element analysis, then storage, you have got the abstraction, you have got the application, you have got the collaboration, and what kind of devices in each node you will see, that is also pictorially represented. You can just have a look about these things. Definitely we will come back with these things later. So probably this picture gives you more realistic view of what are the different possible devices that could be involved in different layers as per the Cisco reference model. You can just have a look at the diagram and you just try to understand what are these devices, right? What exactly is this? What exactly is this? What is this? What are these things? So what are these things, right? All these informations you should be able to recall in your real time. Okay, so now again with this I will stop the presentation for this particular class, and with whatever the doubts or the difficulties you have, immediately I will come back to you with the Google Meet here. Okay, I will stop here right now.